We've had African painted dogs in our collection for nearly 30 years. When we several years ago decided that the west part of our zoo is going to be slated for future construction, and it wasn't necessarily a pathway that was ADA compliant, we closed that to our guests, but we maintained the dogs because it's really important for us to have dogs in our collection. The painted dogs are very endangered. There are only 3,000 to 5,000 left in the wild, and so the work that we do here helps with the species survival plan, and it helps to maintain a robust population in zoos. They are very much a social species. They need to have a pack. They live in packs of 2 to 20 to 40. I mean, they can have very large packs. We were looking for a female who would be more age appropriate for him, and we found a female named Swiss from the Cincinnati Zoo. So their keepers brought her down and paired up, and the rest is history. They instantly hit it off, so that's fantastic. They were just at breeding age. In fact, when she came here, she was a little under a year, and we assume a year is when they hit their breeding age. So right about the time she hit that, breeding happened like clockwork, and you never know how that first breeding is going to go, but it worked out perfectly for us.
Very limited when they were first born because we wanted mom to take care of them, Swiss. As they got a little older, we did have a vaccine schedule, and we had a schedule for when we would get our hands on them and have our vets check them out and make sure everything's good and they're healthy.
At the very beginning, we heard some squeals inside the den box where she had whelped, and we knew that we had more than one pup, and so that was exciting. It wasn't really until we were able to sort of go in and peek in that we knew that we had 5. We have 3 males and 2 female pups. Okay, well, currently they are 3 months old, and we've had a habitat open up that is viewable by our guests. So the timing has just worked out now that they're old enough to actually be moved, and we had a habitat for them to move into. We've decided to move them so that our guests can now view these pups because they're so adorable, and they only are adorable for a little while. They're always fantastic, but adorable pups doesn't last forever.
Well, we had to come in before the sun was even up. That way we could get them in their den boxes, and so we were able to move mom and all pups in one box and move them up, and you can actually see it in the box in the exhibit now. Then we moved them up in, and once everybody was ready to move, we moved them up to the new exhibit and released them there. You never know what animals are going to do. Sometimes they stub up and they're like, I'm not going out, you can't make me. But these guys all ran right out. They were very excited to get out of the box and be in their new home and new digs. They're doing great. Again, they're still getting used to it and getting acclimated, but they're very comfortable on exhibit. They're getting into a routine, which is very important. They are a very successful carnivore. Usually if they go after an animal, prey animal, they will most of the time get it and take it down, which is a really amazing feat for any carnivore. They are the most endangered carnivore in Africa, so they really need our help.
We, as a zoo, are always, conservation is at the forefront of everything that we do, whether it be in the wild or what we're doing in zoos to maintain populations as assurance populations should something catastrophic happen to those. And so when we have our collection plan and when we are looking at what species to bring into the zoo, we're looking at those that are most in need of conservation help. The African painted dogs with only 3,000 to 5,000 left in the wild is certainly one of those species that we're proud to be a part of.